With hundreds of aspiring greats trying to conform to the industry, only a true prodigy could force the industry to conform to his skills. For this figure, it was never just about becoming another champion, but about proving that his strength was beyond this world. With punches, kicks, and movements that still haunt his rivals to this day, the history of Muay Thai had to be rewritten. His devastating knockouts turned him into a living legend of the discipline, despite being born in a humble village where the odds seemed stacked against him. Join me in celebrating the origins of Buakaw Banchamek, the controversial fighter who left behind a legacy sealed as the King of Knockouts. For him, fame, sweat, and tears translated to sacrifice, betrayal, and glory. Moments that led him to redefine the art of the 8 limbs. Content: early years. Born as Buakaw Banchamek on May 8, 1982, in Surin, Thailand, the extreme poverty he endured during his early years pushed him to find a way to escape his reality, one that would also allow him to help his family. Thus, the man destined to become the King of Knockouts, Buakaw Banchamek, began training in Muay Thai at the young age of 8. With evident talent, just 4 years later, he made the brave decision to leave his home and join a gym, Pramuk in Bangkok. He changed his birth name, marking the birth of a legend, Buakaw. White Lotus, a symbol of purity and resilience, is the meaning behind this choice. During his early years in Muay Thai, Buakaw's name continued to grow as he accumulated victories in local and national stadiums. Buakaw stood out because he frequently faced fighters who surpassed him in experience and strength, yet he seemed to emerge unscathed from these encounters. However, any feeling of success, popularity, or glory he had experienced so far would soon be eclipsed when he decided to take the leap onto the international stage. In 2004, Buakaw made his debut in K1 World Max, standing toe-to-toe with those labeled as the best kickboxers in the world. With rules that restricted the use of clinching and elbows, this was not just a new experience for Buakaw, but a unique challenge. After all, these were 2 of the most powerful tools a Muay Thai warrior could rely on. Even so, the level of discipline he had developed led him to prove not only that he could adapt, but that he could dominate. Buakaw versus Jordan Thai. You've probably heard of Jordan Thai before, the New Zealand kickboxer often referenced as a prime example of strength, aggression, and resilience. But for Buakaw, Thai was merely his first challenge in K1 World Max. At the time of their encounter, calling Thai a tough fighter would have been an understatement. The New Zealander specialized in enduring brutal punishment and counterattacking with devastatingly powerful punches. However, to everyone's surprise, from the very first bell, it was Buakaw who dictated the pace of the fight. Thai's legs buckled under Buakaw's relentless low kicks. Faced with this unexpected turn of events, desperation got the best of the tenacious New Zealander, pushing him to launch a reckless flurry of heavy boxing strikes. It was then that Buakaw showcased not only his impeccable defensive technique, but also a counterattacking ability that seemed almost instinctual.
In and out here, early on in this, the first. Anti-Bilic and the K1 Lord of the competition, a win against... So Jordan Thai able to handle himself under K1 rules. Oh, great combination from Jordan Thai. Great shots from Thai, but 70 kilograms make really the intensity of the Thai's capability. Fighters that end up fighting outside of Thailand. Wow, my goodness me, great. So hard, they're so tough.
By the time the fight reached its conclusion, the once mighty Jordan Thai had been reduced to a weakened figure, struggling to stay on his feet. After this explosive victory, Buakaw secured not only a dominant win, but also a direct ticket to the next round, where a warrior rumored to be a rookie exterminator awaited him. Buakaw versus John Wayne Parr. When it comes to Australian legends, John Wayne Parr cannot be overlooked. His achievements in kickboxing are not his only claim to fame. He has also made his mark in Muay Thai history. By the time he faced Buakaw, Parr had already built a reputation as a fighter who could withstand punishment while trading blows without taking a step back. The fight kicked off as a true technical battle. Parr aimed to keep the fight at close range, using his skill in unleashing rapid and ruthless combinations. Buakaw had no choice but to respond with knee strikes in the clinch and low kicks that gradually crippled the Australian's mobility.
前蹴りからローキック、パンチを出そうというこの上位。Buakawとハイキックに対してロック。 ジョン・ウィンパーは、圧倒的に判定勝利ということにもなりましたけど、この時もパンチがよく顔面を捉えていました。
怖いですよね。
左右の連打を出していこうというところでありますが、しかしブアカオそこからは12連勝中というこのジョン・ウィンパー。
A solid performance wasn't enough for Buakaw. In the final round, he sealed his victory with a devastating combination, earning his place in the tournament final, but not before facing Takayuki Kohiruimaki.
ミドルキックを出していきますが、この膝、その今小笠原アナウンサーからとにかく負けられない。しかしジョン・ウィンパーもとにかく相手の力に返っている。準々決勝。
Buakaw versus Takayuki Kohiruimaki. Anyone familiar with martial arts knows that Asian fighters are often deadly weapons in their respective disciplines, and Takayuki Kohiruimaki was no exception. The Japanese fighter was the perfect embodiment of precision and aggression, lethal in every sense. His explosive style, primarily composed of powerful high kicks and lightning-fast combinations, had earned him the title of local favorite. However, Buakaw was about to prove that there was a new favorite in town. The fight began, and Takayuki immediately tried to impose his rhythm, attacking the body with combinations while looking for openings to land his signature high kicks. But once again, Buakaw's signature footwork and relentless low kicks would become his opponent's downfall. That night, Takayuki learned what it meant to constantly fear collapsing, as a brutal sequence of knee strikes sent him to the canvas multiple times.
格闘技を始めて7年、ようやく小比類巻きは気づいた。しかし、蹴っていく。相手の気持ちをへし折ってこそ、この戦い、はい、さあ何を狙っているのか。
もうとにかくムエタイ幻想っていう。
やはりここのバランスすごいですね。崩すのはすごいですね。背中を向けてしまった。さあ小比類巻き膝を出していく。相手がムエタイだと。このブアカオをしかし先ほど4ラウンドを戦ってますからね、畠山さんね。
With a final spectacular takedown, Buakaw sealed his victory.
同じ武器なんで。
おかしいですよね。
そうですね。トラウマがあるのか。
さあ首相撲、この膝負けられないだ。
Sending a clear message to whoever awaited him in the next round. I am ready for the best. Buakaw versus Masato. With the rookie's name echoing through the halls, Masato, the local hero and defending champion, waited patiently for his turn in the final. By this time, Masato was the perfect example of a precise, fast, and warrior-spirited fighter. As the clear favorite of the Japanese crowd, most K1 World Max fans expected Masato to defend his title and completely dismantle any challenger daring to stand before him in the final. Just like in his previous fights, Buakaw had to keep his guard up from the very start, as Masato looked to set the pace with rapid-fire combinations that left no room for hesitation. However, Buakaw's signature clinch and devastating low kicks, the weapons of the rookie who had made it to the final, became the key to dismantling the reigning champion's ruthless offense. The rise of a new king.
ただ上へのパンチ殺しましたからね、ブアカオは。それだけうまいので。
立ち技最強か。
上段前蹴りが嫌ですね。
足を飛ばす。自由自在に足を飛ばす。パンチ。どこでどのタイミングで捉えるか。石川アナウンサー、まさにサイド。
下がると思いますね。
下がってしまった。
All the years of sacrifice and relentless training were the true force behind every blow in Buakaw's astonishing attacks. Masato relied on his experience and intelligence to try and adapt to Buakaw's style. But just when he thought he had figured him out, the rookie would unleash a surprise that completely shattered any new strategy the reigning champion had devised on the fly.
いくらマサト選手といえどもね、やっぱ下がっちゃいますよね。でもチャンスありますよ。これ効きましたね。
いやこの右ストレート。危ない。
これでもいいからとにかくかけてますよね、パンチに。はい。膝が飛んでくる。まだ耐えている。
By the time the fight ended, Masato could not hide how exhausted he was, a bad sign for those who tend to read the outcome in a fighter's body before the official decision is announced. By unanimous decision, Masato's reign came to an end, making way for a new king, a fighter who had risen from obscurity to claim the crown in the year that a rookie became the ultimate rival to beat. With this victory, Buakaw Banchamek finally felt the glory of all those grueling years of training crashing down upon him. But more than just a triumph, this was a new beginning, one where he would become an even more relentless fighter, forcing the world to adapt to his strength. As the years passed, winning tournaments all over the world became a tradition for Buakaw. Every opponent who dared to stand in front of him was ruthlessly tamed, while he cemented his legacy with some of the most brilliant knockouts ever witnessed. With a truly devastating fighting style, greatness was the least one could predict for the King of Knockouts. If you've made it this far, thank you. Remember, the best way to support my content is by leaving a like on the video. Did you already know about Buakaw Banchamek? Is there a specific fight of his that you love for a particular reason? Now it's your turn to share your knowledge with the community in the comments. I'll be reading them.